So, Acho, are the Patriots making a mistake keeping Cam as their starting quarterback? Money Green.
Big bro, the Patriots are making a huge mistake keeping Cam as a starting quarterback. But I'm going to hit you with some layers like a wedding cake, okay? I'm not just going to give you the low-hanging fruit. Okay. Patriots making a huge mistake for several reasons. At this point, the New England Patriots, as unfortunate as it may be, you need to go ahead and tank. Prepare for the future.
You said that word.
You need to go ahead and tank. Here's the problem, Marcellus. We've talked about this before. In the NFL, tanking is impossible. That doesn't actually work.
Okay.
Too many different players have too many different agendas. You have 53 independent contractors on the football field at one time, and hopefully they can work in tandem.
Yes.
You got guys playing for checks, guys playing for pride, guys playing for new contracts, guys playing for the family. So you can't actually tank. So what do? You have to put in somebody who will help facilitate tanking. Here's the problem with Cam Newton, and I'm going to start off this show speaking this truth and speaking these facts.
Okay.
Cam is too good to lose all the way out, to lose the rest of the games and give the Patriots a great draft pick. But he's not good enough, Marcellus, to get them to the playoffs. So they're stuck in NFL purgatory. He's too good to lose and give you a great draft pick, but he's not good enough to get you to the playoffs. Let me break this down and put this in non-sports terms for y'all.
Yes.
In spades, a card game that you play, you can bid nil. What bidding nil is saying, I won't win any books. And if you don't win any books, you get 100 points. But here's the problem, Marcellus. Here's the problem.
Stupid.
If you win just one book, you undermine bidding nil and you end up losing 50 points depending on who you're playing with. Having Cam Newton, Marcellus, is like having a handful of queens. It's not a guaranteed win like an ace or a joker, but it's not gonna lose every time. And that's the position the Patriots are in. They got a handful of queens with Cam Newton. It's not guaranteed to get you to the playoffs, but you also not gonna lose the rest of the games and have a top 3-4 overall pick. So, are they making a mistake starting Cam Newton? Absolutely, because they're going to end up in NFL purgatory.
Interesting. Well, I'm trying to get paid on this show, so I ain't going to just answer by talking about spades and card games. I'm actually going to talk about
You like that take, though.
That was good.
That was good.
That was good. Except, okay, let me push back on it a little bit.
Push back.
Hot or cold, okay, so Cam Newton is going to win enough games where you say, okay, you're not tanking, but not enough games where you're going to get the incentives of tanking.
Correct. Thesis of my argument.
Okay. That makes no sense by any accord. Like, okay, let's get somebody in here who could hurt and help our chances. Which one is he doing?
I'll tell that next time.
But you'll tell that next time. Okay, so let me get to my take so I can answer the question, so I can get paid and stop talking about card games. Here's the take. Are they making a mistake with Cam Newton being in the starting quarterback position? Hell no, because this is a lesson that my ex-girlfriends all learned, that a man is as faithful as his options. Guess what? Wasn't too faithful back in the days. You know why? Because I had options, big dog. Now, the New England Patriots aren't young that dude. You know who they are? They're you right now, in quarantine. Acho, you ain't got many options right now. So guess what? You're as faithful as your limitations are. And that's what, looking at the New England Patriots right now, they're as faithful as they're limited. Let's talk about Cam Newton after we talk about what are the options, because this is what my exes had to deal with, right? So what are the options? No dimes like I had to deal with. Look at these options. Brian Hoyer. I'm not going through divorce anyway, but I know you over there looking crazy. Brian Hoyer. You know what? He's lost 11 straight starts going back to 2016. 7 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, and that includes 4 different franchises. So you can't blame the coaches. You can't blame the organization. This dude went from the Bears to the 49ers to the Colts and now back to the Patriots and finds a way to lose a game. Okay, let's talk about the other one in that situation, Jarrett Stidham. Yep. 48 completion percentage, a passer rating of 36. Goodness. Only completed 13 of 27 passes, 1 touchdown, and 3 interceptions. A man, or in this case, an organization, is only as faithful as its options. Now you insert Cam Newton into this conversation, and Cam Newton is not playing like Superman. But Cam Newton is playing much better than the alternatives would play in this same situation. Bill Belichick's no dummy. Bill Belichick's no card player either. He knows that he has to go out there with the biggest hand he has, the greatest face card he has. That's Cam Newton, bro.
Marcellus, There's literally an amendment created for you talking about self-incrimination. You up here on national television, ladies and gentlemen, incriminating yourself, talking about I'm only as faithful as my options, sir.
Statute of limitation. I ain't got no options now. Look at me, belly poking out, button about to bust.
What's wrong with you?
I'm different now.
I'm not about to get you in trouble. I will not partake, America. So let me push back real quick. Here's the issue, bro. If you start Jarrett Stidham, you're in a win-win situation. Here is why. If you lose, you won. Because you have a higher draft pick, because you're not making the playoffs anyway. Patriots fans, as much as that pains me to say, it's the reality of the situation. So if you start Jarrett Stidham and you continue to lose, you're winning. If you start Jarrett Stidham, the same man in who you drafted, I believe, in the 3rd or 4th round just a year ago, maybe he shows some promise, and maybe you win. You win if you lose. You win if you win. Otherwise, keep in mind, Marcellus, Patriots aren't committing to Cam long term. If you're
not like this.
Exactly. Like, you've seen enough to realize, dang, Cam is not our future. Is Jarrett Stidham your future? Probably not. But if Cam's not your future, you might as well see what Stidham can do. If he don't do nothing, you get a great pick. If he does do something, you're fine anyway. Now, let me talk about this. The real issue at hand is very simple. Cam Newton does not fit with the Patriot way.
What's that?
The Patriot way is simply just don't lose the game.
Yeah.
They will lose it. Think about this, Sal. Buffalo only had, 340 yards yesterday? They had a turnover. Patriots played clean the whole game. Cam Newton, you're driving. You're about to go down and score. You're about to go down and either tie the game up with a gimme field goal or go win the game with a few seconds left. And you turn the ball over. Fumble. Game before that, against the San Francisco 49ers, 3 interceptions in 3 quarters. You lost the game again. Game before that, Denver Broncos. 2 turnovers when you held the Broncos to 18 points. They're not even asking Cam Newton to do a ton. We saying, Cam, you don't have to win the game, bro. Just please don't lose it. 3 consecutive games since Cam returned from COVID. Not only is he not winning games for the Patriots, he's going out and losing games for the Patriots. So that's why they're clearly making a mistake. Marcellus, if Cam Newton were not Cam Newton, if he wasn't named Cam, if he was named, let's call it Baker, or say he was named, Gardner. If he was named anybody besides Cam, exactly, we would be on this man's head. But for whatever reason, you're granting him special grace because he's Cam Newton.
Oh, excuse me for being a sympathetic person.
Football ain't got no time for sympathy, Coach.
Oh, really?
You know this.
COVID has wrecked our country. And it's also wrecked the Patriot way. All the opt-outs. Yeah, it's the right time to play it. Yeah. Election Eve. Yeah, you better play that song right now, damn it. COVID has destroyed what we know of the Patriots. That's the top layer, but let's dig deeper. Like you said, in this wet and cake, let's go deeper into the layers. Patriots on offense is the youngest that they've been since 2011. Everyone's going to jump out. I can see all the YouTube comments right now. Oh, well, if Tom Brady leaves your roster, of course you're going to be young. Guess what? Even if you take in consideration Tom Brady, since 2015, we haven't seen the Patriots younger on offense. Why do I bring that up? Because I go back just 21 months ago when they were in the Super Bowl playing the Rams. Did they win that Super Bowl? Oh, they did. Okay. And on that team, they now are starting and producing only 12 players from a roster of 53 men in that Super Bowl game. 21 months ago, you had 53 guys. Now you're down to 12. Opt-outs, retirements, unretirements, guys leaving. Point being, when you talk about the Patriot way, we're looking at something that we haven't seen before. We're actually talking about a resurrection of the Patriot way.
Don't do this.
Acho loves to talk about the demise of the Patriot way. He loves to talk about the demise. You can tell me quickly when somebody is going down the hill. But Acho's not the same guy that can predict when someone is actually going up the hill. So I want to just hit you with a full screen to just let you know what a dynasty looks like in the beginning. Since I'm a guy of process, I understand how this is going. Let's look at the Patriots and their humble beginnings. Full screen right here. This is the first season record for the only 3 modern-day dynasties that we have. Let's go all the way back to yesteryear, Bill Walsh's 49ers. Everyone knows the success, and in his 3rd year, he won a Super Bowl. But you know what happened in year 1? 2-14. Bill Walsh was 2-14? Yes, he was. Let's go to Jimmy Johnson's Cowboys, more recent. And Acho knows it because he was like 2 years old growing up in Dallas, and they won a Super Bowl in their 4th year, and they won 3 out of 4. But in his first year, they were 1-15. Oh, my God. And Bill Belichick's Patriots, the ones that we're talking about right now, dynastic, 20 years. But you know in year 1 what they were? 5-11. And Tom Brady even played in that first year, so don't act like that. He didn't start any games, but he was in there nonetheless. Now, I take all that away to talk about the resurrection.
What, Marcellus?
Of the Patriot way, of another dynasty being created. But these are the humble beginnings of it. The Patriot way is being reinforced as it's being redesigned with new players. I just talked about 2 years ago, winning the Super Bowl with a different roster. This is now under construction. If you have patience, you'll see another dynasty.
Marcellus, that was the worst take of all the takes that you've given in the last 4 months. Because there was such selection bias. I can give you
another dynasty.
I can give you 1 in 15 teams that didn't turn into a dynasty.
Yeah, but you can't give me these coaches. You can't give me these coaches. Would they have these coaches? Would they have these coaches?
Let me be real with you, bro.
That's my point.
You're being a little you're asinine to some points that you're making.
Stephen A. on me?
Some asinine points that you're making.
Let's go.
One, there's selection bias in what you said. Two, the fact of the matter is, to a degree, we're agreeing. Here's my problem. Cam Newton is too good to go 4-12.
What is he going to
They're
go?
already 2-5, so he can't go 1-15.
Yeah.
To a degree, we're making the same point. My point is simple. Cam Newton's too good to be as bad as you want him to be, but he's not good enough to be as good as you need him to be. So you're stuck. You're stuck with Cam, bro. Make the decision. Figure out what do you want. You can't be average. Good is the enemy of great. And right now, average is the enemy of good. And the Patriots are stuck. Think about this, Sel. Patriots have scored 7 first-quarter points all season. Worse than the NFL.
Yeah.
Cam Newton, they've never had a lead in any of their last 3 games. You can't win like that. But lastly, bro, Cam, 175 yards or less, 1 touchdown or fewer in his last 4 games.
Wow.
Like, these stats are disgusting.
Yeah.
They're grotesque. They're sickening. Like, these stats aren't even like, no. This is abysmal.
Keep that energy when we talk about some other quarterbacks that you like a little more than Cam Newton in this moment right now, because I'm going to remember you said those things disgusting. But now we're agreeing, but I'm asinine, so you're asinine too. How are we agreeing? We're not agreeing. I'm looking at the Patriots right now that they knew this situation was going to be ugly. They came into the situation knowing that it's probably not going to end well. That's why Tom Brady left. How do you leave a dynasty unless you know how ugly it's going to be? Let me be real about this. Have you ever redesigned a home? Have you ever built a home from scratch? You ever just redesigned one room in that house? Walk in there too early and tell me what you're going to see. You're going to see nothing but wood, hammers, and nails, brother. That's what you're seeing right now with the Patriots.
You could you can't say that Belichick thought this was going to be ugly.
Yes.
Here's why.
Go.
If Cam Newton had been playing like a top 10 quarterback, the Patriots would be 5-2. This wasn't supposed to be ugly.
Close.
You feel me? Like,
hold on, June 28th Cam was signed June 28th.
Absolutely.
So guess what? June 27th, he was thinking,
but
it's going to be ugly.
my thing is, Bill Belichick was not starting the season, at least not after the Seahawks game, thinking this season's going to be a terrible season. It wasn't supposed to be that way. Cam Newton, unfortunately, has made it that way. Dude had 2 interceptions, Broncos, 3 interceptions, Niners, and then a fumble going in to win or tie the game yesterday. Cam Newton is the reason it's ugly. To use your remodel reference, you go into a house with the remodel expecting one thing, but then they start digging into the foundation and are like, oh, this is way worse than we thought. Now you realize it's about to be ugly. With Cam Newton, you thought it was going to be one thing. Now they're realizing, this is way worse than we thought.
You stop that. First of all, you don't need to pick up Cam Newton on June 28th when you're really not expecting much from him. He's not a part of your day one plans. Why do you wait till June 28th? So Cam Newton comes out and balls in the first 2 games. Let's talk about it. First 2 games, we see Cam Newton, and you can see that he came out. What was that? Ooh, my goodness. Passer rating 96. Now it's
that was like 90 days ago.
Oh, I'm bringing it up to help your point. So
my point needs no help.
It needs a lot of help.
From you.
Let me help you.
It needs no help.
Here's the thing. Cam Newton was a pleasant surprise of an ugly reality. You ever been in that situation before when you just like, all right, I'm going to throw a flyer out there. Oh, my God, maybe. No. But you know what is good about this? They landed exactly where they're going to land no matter what Cam Newton does. This is a top 5 picking team in the draft, correct? And let's be real about it. Why move up? You're not going to surpass the Jets. Jets might not win a game this year, right? So you're not getting the number 1 overall pick. We got what? Trevor Lawrence, you got Fields, you got Trey Lance, you got Micah Parsons, you got the old lineman from Oregon. Look, you're already locked in to get a chance to get one of the 3 quarterbacks everyone is salivating over. So you saying Cam Newton is the issue when already there was an issue with design and architecture of this team this year.
So you don't think Cam is the issue?
No.
You don't think Cam is the issue in the last 3 games?
Please work with me. If Cam Newton wasn't there, what would it look like?
But he's there.
Hold on.
He's there.
Hold on. But what would it look like? He is trying to get.
If Cam wasn't there, I would submit they're probably still 2-5.
Nah, come on.
They beat the Dolphins week 1. They would have beat the Dolphins week 1 at least.
This rush offense would be third in the league.
They would have beat the Dolphins week 1. That's one win.
I don't know.
But the Dolphins had 11 points.
I know.
11 points.
I know, but you got in front of them because of Cam Newton, and he played a good game.
He had 15 completions.
Look. You really want to play that? Carson Wentz yesterday won the ball. You can win ball games ugly in this NFL today, so stop acting like that.
The fact of the matter is, even if Cam Newton were not the starter, the Patriots would still have 1 to 2 wins. They would still have 1 to 2.
But they still wouldn't surpass the Jets. My point is this. I hate when someone, you know who gets into this conversation a little bit? The Greek freak, to a little degree, and walk with me here. Without you, what will we be? Jack, nothing. But with you, we're close, but not good enough. And then everyone attacks you for being the one that's the life raft in that situation. Cam Newton in this situation, look, he had no options, big dog, and beggars can't be choosy. So he goes to the Patriots knowing that Tom Brady already departed. That means they don't have much. That means they don't have weapons. Why would he leave home? Why would he leave a dynasty? And then he actually resuscitates it to a degree, gives it a little life. And people like you now want to pounce on him saying he's the reason when he's the only reason they were even having a life.
That's fair. That is totally fair. I can rock with that. Okay. But I just can't say, are we going to give Cam Newton a pass this whole season, which is what it appears you're trying to do. Give Cam Newton a pass this whole season because without Cam, the Patriots would have been bad anyway. So you know what, Cam? You go out there and have as much fun as you want. Oh, wow. I'm going to give you a ribbon, a consolation prize. Thanks for just showing up. I just don't think we can give him a pass. He's still getting a check. Is he getting a $30 million check? Absolutely not. But is he still an NFL quarterback with an NFL MVP to his resume? He is. You got to at least ask him to not lose games.
Let's talk about MVP candidates. I'll give you 2 of them, but let's start off with winning quarterbacks yesterday in ugly performances. 12 of 22, 93 yards, 1 touchdown. Tua, winner. You're not going to talk bad about him today. Derek Carr, 15 of 24, 112 yards, 1 touchdown, no interception. Winner. You're not going to talk bad about him today. Let's talk about Josh Allen, MVP candidate. 11 to 18, 154, no touchdowns, 1 interception. Winner. You're not going to talk bad about him. Can we look beyond the layer of winning and losing? If we're going to really jump on one person's name, that's not just about the win and loss column. That's about how they individually played. Cam Newton is working with nothing and trying to do something. Wow.